Hello, in this video I'll be comparing two techniques for getting even skin tones or how to create amazing skin tones using both Photoshop and Capture One. And in this video basically I want to show you how you can achieve the best kinds of skin tones for your photos and how to do it. And later on we're going to be comparing which is the best way and what you prefer as a photographer. So if at all you prefer a given technique, you can simply drop a comment in the comment section. So for this, we're going to first of all learn how to do it in Photoshop and later on head to Capture One and we see how Capture One is going to be handling the same kind of technique. So with this, after editing, you have to always make sure that you do this after you have done the skin retouching on your image. So for this, I'm just going to assume that I'm done doing the skin retouching on this very image. So for Photoshop, you're going to come and create an empty layer. So make sure the layer is empty. Change the blend mode from normal and change it all the way down to color. And after changing the blend mode to color, you're just going to come back to this background layer and press Ctrl J, or you can use Command J to create another copy from the background layer. And after doing that, simply come to select and come to subject and let Photoshop automatically help us to select the subject in this case. The reason for us selecting the subject is because we just want to paint on the skin. Don't mind if the selection right here is not accurate, because we only want the edges of the skin to be selected or highlighted. So after doing that, we're simply going to come back to the empty layer that we created, then come and get the brush tool. So just come and get the brush tool. Make sure the hardness set to 0, soft round brush is selected. The mode is normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. And with this, we just want to sample color from the skin. So which color on the skin do we want, or do we prefer the rest of the skin to look like? So it is up to you to choose a color that you feel is important and it represents the skin tones of your subject as you're trying to take the image. So I'm just going to sample just from this area. Hold down the Option key on the keyboard, or you can hold down the Alternate key on the keyboard and simply sample a color that you feel should represent the colors of the subject or the model. And after sampling, and to sample, you hold down the Option key on the keyboard and you left click to sample. So I've sampled that color, and what I'll do, I'll simply start painting over the skin. So don't mind if at all it looks odd or it looks oversaturated, but I just want to show you how you can easily do this when it comes to Photoshop. So I'll be doing this quick, so make sure you keep out from the edges or even the hair, and you ensure that you don't distort or change the original makeup color of your model or your subject or even your client. So just quickly paint on every area that contains skin, but you have to be very careful and accurate not to spill colors from one area to another. So you can see that we are having a better looking kind of skin tone. So as I said, I'm just trying to show you quickly how this is done. So take your time as you're trying to paint over the skin tones or the skin of the model or the subject, and ensure each and every area that has skin has been painted quite well. So you can see by just doing this, I've been able to get this nice and uniform skin tone for our model. So for cases whereby you make a mistake during the painting process, this is what you have to do. Come and get the eraser tool and make sure the mode is set to brush, opacity at 100%, flat 100%, and you can zoom in by using Ctrl plus or Command plus, and you erase the effect from the eyebrows or some of the areas that you did not want paint in the first place. So you can just erase it from those particular areas like the lips and everywhere. So to paint back colors, press B on the keyboard to reselect on the brush tool. So I've just done a quick job right here, but I just wanted to show you how this is done. So you can see the before after. So you can press Ctrl D, you can press Command D to deselect the selection, but this may sometimes be a little bit too much or overdone. So what you have to do, come to opacity and reduce on the opacity so that it can look a little bit more better and a little bit realistic. So before after. So when you find that the effect is too much, you can always come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer, then come to master and select the reds, and come the lightness and slightly take down the lightness. You can see how this affects the reds or reduces on the oversaturated kind of skin tone. So I'll go with the lightness of -7 before after. So this is for Photoshop, and this is how you can create even and uniform skin tones when it comes to Photoshop. So we're going to head to Capture One. So just come to Capture One and we see how we can handle this very image. So in Capture One, basically, in order to do the color grading, we are also going to be doing that color grading on an empty layer or on a new layer. And as you know, Capture One also has layers. So we are simply going to come to the layer option, right click on the plus icon and come to add new field adjustment layer. And after adding a new field adjustment layer, I'm going to hide my mask by pressing M on the keyboard so that the image can display. So M is going to display the mask and hide it. So I have hidden the mask. So it is on this layer that I want to color grade the skin tone. So I can rename it to skin tones. So after renaming my layer, I'll scroll down to the last adjustment under color editor, which is skin tone. And as you can notice that Capture One is a little bit different from Photoshop, because in Capture One, during the color grading, we have an option for skin tone or a slider you can use to even out the skin tones in the image. So I'll come to the skin tone option, click on it and scroll down to this pointer or color picker and left click on the color picker. And as soon as you sample or select the color picker tool, we are simply going to zoom in by using Ctrl plus, and we sample an area on the skin that we feel like the rest of the skin should look like. So I'll sample the same area, and as soon as I sample that area, when I zoom out and I show you the sampled colors, so to sample, you simply left click over a color on the skin. So as soon as you see in the view selected color range option, when we check this option, you can see it deactivates the colors that don't fall within the sampled color. You can see that we have sampled majority of the skin tone, but this is as well affecting her top outfit. So what we're going to be doing, you can see under skin tone, we have these options. Skin tone, you can see, and these are the colors that fall within the sampled area of the skin tone. So you can come to where you see uniformity, and you can see that we have hue, saturation, and lightness. So we're going to first of all click on the hue slider and drag it up just like that. And as you are seeing, it is going to try to make the skin to look the same by creating a hue value. But the hues don't work alone. So we're also going to come to saturation and take up the saturation slider just like that. So these two work hand in hand. So you have to move them as you are looking at the image or photo in this case. So I just take them up a little bit. And by just doing this, you can notice that the skin is looking uniform in this case. But as you're doing all this, you can notice sometimes the skin may lean towards the greens or the magentas. And that is where the amount slider is going to come in. So under amount, we have hues. So if at all the skin tones are having more reds, move the hue slider towards the opposite of red, which is the green side, to eliminate the reds or magentas from the skin. And if at all you have more greens into the skin tones, you can balance that by removing the greens, by moving the slider towards the reds or the magentas. So that is how you can counter that. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of greens into the skin tone. And when the skin is looking oversaturated, you're simply going to come to saturation and take down the saturation so that the skin can look better and it can look a little bit more natural and realistic. So I'll add a tiny bit of greens into the skin just like that. But if at all we are to see the before and after for this kind of image, you can see that it has changed or altered some areas, for example, in her outfit. And this is why we have to erase the colors from affecting those areas. So we can do this in two ways. The first way in which we can eliminate colors from her outfit or some areas that we do not want to be affected is simply coming to the eraser tool. So just come and click on the eraser tool, and with the eraser tool selected, you can press M on the keyboard to display the mask. So you can increase on the size of the eraser tool by using the bracket keys on the keyboard. So I'll increase on the size just like that, and simply with the eraser tool. So remember, I've turned on the mask icon or the mask option by pressing M on the keyboard, and this helps to enable me see where I am rubbing or erasing the effect from. So I'll just reduce on the size and erase it from her accessories like the necklace and everything that I don't want to be affected by the color grading. So I'm just quickly going through all this because as usual, I don't want the tutorials to be very lengthy or long. So I'm just going to be doing this just like that. So I'll press M on the keyboard to see if at all I have done everything accurately. So for cases whereby I have accidentally erased color grading from some areas, you can simply come and get the brush tool. So this is the brush, and paint back those colors in the areas that you did not want to be affected when you're trying to rub away or erase the color grading. So let's see the before and after for capture one. Before, after, before, after. You can see either way the skin tones are looking even and beautiful. So I'm just going to export this to Photoshop. Yeah, image, edit with, and I'll take it back to Photoshop. Edit variant. So I just want the image to open in Photoshop so that we can see and compare or contrast these two methods. I don't know why it is failing. I think it's because we have an XMP file that is stopping the process from happening. So I'll just come and delete the XMP file, or just delete it. Yeah, I feel like I will empty my trash once again. So I've done that. So I'll just go back and adjustments, image, edit with Photoshop 2025, and I'll open the image back to Photoshop. I don't know why it is failing. Okay, you can see the Photoshop version is here, so you can play around with it to look close like the one of Capture One by turning down the lightness or the opacity rather. So this is the Photoshop color grading. You can see every skin tone in the image is looking nice and even, and this is the Capture One version. You can see both look close or look alike, but I don't know what you tend to prefer to use when you're trying to create even or uniform skin tones for your kinds of photos or images. So you can see before and after for the Capture One. You can see skin tones are looking nice and even, and this is the kind of Photoshop version for the color grading, and both actually look very close. So it depends on the kind of technique that you tend to prefer to use. So hoping you have learned and understood everything I've explained in this very video. I don't know which one you prefer, and if at all you have one that you prefer to use as a photographer, you can let me know in the comment section about the one you prefer to use, or you can go ahead and use that particular one. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thanks for watching, and seeing more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.